on. Hey guys, Dave here. So we have had a really tough last couple of months. So I wanted to make a video to show you guys what we've been going, well, not what we've been going through, what we've managed to accomplish, to remind myself that no matter how difficult things have been, we're still making progress on this whole project. I wanted to start here with our grape plants. A couple of years ago, we planted these. Could have sworn they were dead. They weren't growing, they weren't producing, nothing was happening with them. Remember I told you in one of my earlier videos about the magic of duck water? Here's your proof. We started putting duck water on these things, and last year they started to actually grow. The vines started growing, the leaves started coming up. We didn't get any fruit off of them, but they did start to grow again. Now this year, magically, we have grapes growing on them all down the bush, which is very exciting. So that's good news for us. Up here in our hanging planters, we've got all these different herbs.
Hold that.
So up here in our hanging planters, we have oregano, torchy mint lavender, thyme, and more of the mint lavender. As you can see, all of them are doing really, really well. First time we've really gotten herbs to grow anywhere we've tried to plant them. So that's exciting. Down here in our raised beds, we've got comfrey, which is growing like absolute crazy, which is wonderful. And of course mint, which is, well, growing like mint. In this bed,
Pop quiz not fair. I think that's cauliflower.
okay, so we got some cauliflower growing, really nice big bushy leaves. Not seeing anything coming out of it yet, but at least they're growing. Parsley?
No, that is chamomile.
Ah, no, we got a bundle of chamomile growing here. And again, first time that we have really gotten anything to grow in these beds, because we managed to keep the damn dogs out of them. That's been huge. Then in these raised beds, we've got kale, which we've already harvested once. We've already taken a bunch of kale out here, and as you can see, it's starting to grow back in again, so we ought to get more out of that. We've also taken some of this, which I don't remember what it is.
Bib lettuce.
Bib lettuce. And more lettuce. All of which is growing really well, which again, this is by far the most productive these beds have been for us. Over here,
We have radishes, sage, parsley, and more radishes. My tarragon, I don't know what happened to the tarragon. It's not growing.
but again, maybe not the most production that people have, but for us, this is huge. And for our last raised bed in the backyard, this is all carrots,
And it had spinach in it.
which we have harvested all of the spinach because it had gotten so big that it was time. So that was very exciting. So the backyard has done as well as it has ever done since we have started trying to plant back here. Quick pause, we're gonna move over to the orchard. So we moved up to the orchard, and our first box here, this is a peach tree that we just planted. As you can see, it's starting to put some fruit off. Not much, but hey, for just getting it planted this year, that is really exciting. Planted some marigolds in there with it. They're doing really well. Spinach has gone to seed, but we kind of expected that. Got a little squash plant here.
Yep.
And this little guy, we weren't sure was gonna make it. But again, magic of duck water, he seems to be doing okay. Might not get anything with him, but he'll survive. This little box is being overrun by the marigolds. And they are doing really, really well. But if you look really close in here, you will see our little blueberry bush, which is very exciting because this is the first time in 3 tries that we have gotten a blueberry bush to take and actually start growing. So that's really exciting. Can't wait till we start getting fruit off of him. Over here, we got some marigolds, and then this, more
squash.
More squash.
Yep.
This little guy right here
This poor thing.
is a poor little apple tree that was attacked by the goats.
Like 4 times attacked. I'd get it to recover and then I'd get it again.
We weren't sure it was going to survive. We have cut it down.
That's a big old weed. Pull that in. There you go. Now you can see the bush.
We have doctored it. We have watered it. We have given it a lot of love and care. And as you can see, it's at least got a few branches coming off of it. Will it come all the way back? Again, we don't know. But the fact that it is still alive and growing.
And not that you can tell, but somewhere in this chaos, there are pepper plants hiding. See, there's one right there. And there's one right there with the marigold. And one right there. Unfortunately, the downside of the duck water is the weeds grow too. So, one of our main challenges this year has been that every piece of lawn equipment we own has decided to fail on us, one way or another. So we got tomatoes. Who knows? That's probably sorghum from the chick feed. Upper tomatoes. Somewhere down in here, we have bell peppers. No, these were jalapenos. I think I'm going to have to restart those. They did not do well.
And then more squash.
These are crooknecks. No, these are zucchinis.
Ah, okay.
Which, my first attempt to try to grow them up instead of out.
This is our other apple tree, which was also abused and nearly destroyed by the dang goats. Again, we've cut it down. Fortunately, we did not have to splice it, but if you look and see, it's got all kinds of branches growing off of it. Knot is down here, so they're all above the knot. We feel really comfortable about this one making a full recovery.
Unfortunately, I can't remember whether this is the red apple or the Honey Crisp apple. We won't know until it starts producing fruit. If we can keep it clear of the goats.
Yep.
Oh, what happened to my lavender? I got stepped on.
Yeah.
So we got lavender around the outside. Stray potatoes. So this is a new planter this year. And some of the dirt came from last year's potato dirt. And apparently there were a couple of baby seed potatoes in there that have decided to grow. But in the meantime, the strawberry plants are struggling, but they're coming. We also have some onions. I heard onions were a good companion plant, so we're trying those.
Are these weeds?
I don't know. I can't see that far.
Okay.
We'll weed it later.
Okay. So we've also got some brand new planted tomatoes. Those just got planted this week. So they've got some time before they start growing yet, but now that they're in a protected area, feel pretty comfortable that they'll start growing. Down here.
Oh yes, I forget. We got all this. So this was supposed to be the fruit orchard, and because I have an addiction to plants, we ran out of garden space. Oh, we also had to give up half the garden space for the goats. So half my vegetables are out here. So lots of pepper plants. They're not doing great, but I'm hoping with a little more fertilization they'll do better. I've got a little rosemary here. And then these are all cucumbers that pair. Oh, looky there. There's a cucumber! Our first cucumber of the season. All of these, they're supposed to be bush cucumbers, but apparently I'm going to have to string them up because they're not bushing, they're running.
And another one down here.
Yeah.
Nothing growing on it yet, but it's growing.
And then we got one more there. And then in this box, I got mad because my lilacs kept dying out, but finally this one started producing some leaves. So we threw marigold in here to remind Dave to water it because he kept forgetting this little planter was all the way down in the corner of the garden. And then I stuck a tomato plant in there because, well,
why not?
Why not? Why not? I need places to put things.
So this little box right here, we have another peach tree, which is really fascinating because we have this itty bitty little root right here, and then this big branch growing up off of it.
Yeah, the goats totally decimated this, and I was able to cut it just above the I lost the word, the join point of the tree where the root stalk and the actual peach tree. So hopefully we'll actually get some production out of this. I'll have to prune this back a lot this fall and start shaping it, but we'll see what happens.
And again, we got some marigolds growing in there because, well, marigolds go with everything.
And I got some curly parsley that's actually coming up nice.
Beautiful. And then our last box up here, once again, we planted marigolds, which are obviously thriving, doing really, really well. But again, and amongst all of that, we have another blueberry bush, which finally
Pass.
But our little blueberry here is again growing. It's got a couple of sprouts on it. So again, we've got it growing, which is a vast improvement for us. And that is our orchard area. So here's another little bit of our pride and joy. This is our goat herd. All of our little babies, our mamas, all of them gathered together all at once like they knew they were being filmed. A bunch of little ham hogs. Hello, Dante. Hi, Bee. Hello, Dante. So yeah, these guys, while they can be a real annoyance from time to time, have been a lot of fun. And well, the milk we're getting from the mamas has been a real boon for us. So that's something else positive for us to look at. All right, so this is our real pride and joy. This is our well, we managed to salvage out of our vegetable garden this year. And as you can see, we managed to get a lot planted. And we've got a whole lot growing in here. And that's exciting that it is even growing. It may not be producing yet, but it's growing. I'm very excited that my garden beds have worked. We got the trellises up. I told you that we were going to do that. Here's the first time you've actually been able to see them up and functioning. You can see we've got plants starting to grow up them.
So these are more zucchinis that I had heard about trellising up rather than letting them spread out to reduce mildew fungus issues because it's so humid out here. And it seems to be doing the trick. They look a lot better than they have in the past. I'm really excited about this. This is the first year in 5 years that I have gotten watermelon to grow. And I am slowly but surely working it up the trellis. I already have sacks ready to catch melons to hang them to support the weight of them. We have more cucumbers. We have a plethora of cucumbers this year. I got Boston picklers and straight eights and heritage something or others and just all kinds of fun stuff. more tomatoes. These are tender green beans, and somewhere right down in there is some basil, cinnamon basil. I think that's fennel or fenugreek, fennel, that I've never been able to get to grow before.
Here we've got our broccoli plants. You can see.
Oh, that looks so pretty.
We've got this beautiful floret here. Might not be the biggest that some people grow, but again, for us, that's a really good broccoli.
That's so exciting.
That is progress for us. There's one. We've got another one in here. Do we want to take this one?
No, it was that one.
That one. And so here is another one.
And we survived the cabbage worms. That's always been my downfall is not getting things in before the cabbage worms.
And those are the second and third heads we have managed to take out of these broccoli plants.
Okay.
So those are the second and third heads we managed to get out of these broccoli plants, which is really exciting because we've never managed to get anything resembling that size. We might have gotten some broccoli, but it was itty-bitty little florets. So over here, this is also really exciting. Remember the trench that I told you I dug out? We got the cattle panel put up. We have got beans and cucumbers growing in here. The bush beans.
No.
Oh,
no, it's pole beans, Great Northerns, no, navies. We planted navies and peanut beans this year.
Okay. And some more cucumbers in here. And as you can see, they are doing really, really well. Which is, again, really, really exciting. Because with planting stuff in the ground out here, it's always hit or miss whether or not you're going to get it to grow. So the fact that we managed to dig it up, make the ground soft enough, get enough fertilizer on it to get them to grow is absolutely amazing.
And cucumbers, more cucumbers.
Cucumbers, more cucumbers.
I can't believe. So part of the reason we have so many cucumbers this year is because every year before, no matter how many I planted, they all died. Either drought or the cucumber beetles or borers or something. So these are kind of just teasers for the goats. I don't imagine they're going to produce much for us, but I had to have somewhere to plant them, so I planted them along here. Most of the time the goats are not in this yard, just at night. What are you doing, Delilah? Miss Delilah, hey, that is not for you. Beets!
Yeah,
I finally have beets!
There you go. So more stuff growing in one of our raised beds. Roma tomatoes, which are actually producing tomatoes. Lots of tomatoes. Very exciting. We ought to have tomatoes to can this year. Make tomato sauce or tomato paste or whatever her little heart desires. Then over here, oh my gosh, look at this. Where is it?
Down there.
Squash.
Crookneck squash.
And they're actually producing.
Now so neither one of us are big eaters of squash. However, the goats and the pigs absolutely love them. So I planted a lot of them so I would have a lot of treats for the goats and the pigs.
Now this planter is absolutely amazing.
It's finally taking off. It kept getting hammered. This is cabbage. We got some weed issues. So there was a cabbage plant right here where this weed overwhelm is. When I first put these out, I was getting hit by rabbits, moles, voles, something.
Chickens, goats.
We were struggling with critters getting in here.
Every animal that could get in here did, and that was the planter they went after. So for it to recover like that, absolutely amazing.
So we got lots of flowers. This is zucchini. Again, the goats love the zucchinis. The pigs love the zucchinis. And I just wanted to... I love zucchini, but I like to make giant, overgrown zucchini boat dinners. But the last few years, I've not been able to get zucchini to grow because of the powdery mildew. I'll be hitting that with neem oil tomorrow. Oh my goodness, that's like grown a foot in the last 2 days.
Another tomato plant. Weeds are...
This is...
Oh, it smells like basil.
This is pokeweed. These are beets.
Okay.
Got some beets in here.
Oh, that is a weed.
That is a pokey evil weed.
Yes, it is.
And somewhere in here there's supposed to be some basil, but I don't know if the seeds survived the chickens.
Smells it. You can smell it in there.
We've got another tomato. He said for the first time ever, Dave said I didn't have enough tomato plants planted. Because I only had like 8. And so I went out and got more tomatoes.
Oh, yes, we didn't show them the back fence full of tomatoes.
Right. Well, so we've got tomatoes here. These are all Romas. We've got celebrities and beef steaks and Better Boys. And I don't know if I actually got my cherries in the ground or not, but those are a great chicken treat. If you ever want just to create a shade space for your chickens, you can run your cherry tomato plants up the side of their run or shelter, and they'll pick the cherries off and entertain themselves with it, and they can't hardly harm it. But yeah, this back row we've got cucumbers and tomatoes and cucumbers.
And they're all growing up. Again, nothing's producing yet, but again, considering our mild level of success in the past in trying this, the fact that we've got them planted, we have been fastidious about making sure everything has gotten watered, which is something we had not done in the past. The raised beds have made a huge difference. Prepping the soil has made a huge difference. It is just really, really exciting and something that we need to remind ourselves of through the struggles that we're going through right now, that we have put in the work and the effort, and we are seeing the results for it. That's all I got for today, guys. Thanks for coming along.